This trip is so boring. I swear, if I have to hear one more person talk about how peaceful nature is, I'm going to lose it. There's no signal, no coffee, no decent food. I can't even check my messages or scroll through anything. I feel like I'm being punished or something. And the worst part, out of everyone I could have been stuck with, it had to be you. I mean, really, what kind of cosmic joke is that? It's like the teachers looked around and thought, who would make her the most miserable? Oh, yeah, let's put her with him. You look way too calm for someone who's about to spend the night in a tiny tent with a person who doesn't even like camping. I don't get how you can just sit there like everything's pine. Like, do you not care that there's dirt everywhere and it smells like wet grass? Or are you just used to it? I could be home right now, watching Netflix, curled up with a blanket, drinking something warm, but no, here I am, sitting next to you, pretending I don't hate this as much as I actually do. Don't touch my stuff, by the way. That's my side. I don't want your weird camping energy mixing with mine. I mean, seriously, this whole setup is just so lame, and you're acting like it's a vacation. Whatever, just don't talk too much, okay? I'm trying to mentally survive this night without losing my mind. I can't believe this is actually happening. This is literally the worst trip ever. You know what's even worse? Everyone else is out there by the campfire, laughing, roasting marshmallows, pretending this is fun. And me, I'm here in this tiny tent with you, of all people. Do you know how unlucky that feels? It's like fate has a personal grudge against me or something. I mean, of course it had to be you. The one person I can't have a normal conversation with without wanting to roll my eyes every 5 seconds. You're just sitting there, acting like this is totally fine, like it's normal to share a tent with your least favorite person on the planet. Don't smirk like that. It's not funny. I didn't choose this. If I had a choice, I'd be sharing a tent with literally anyone else. Maybe even that weird guy who keeps talking about survival skills. At least he wouldn't sit there looking so calm. You're too calm. It's unnerving. Like nothing ever bothers you. Not even this. And don't tell me to relax, okay? I am relaxed. This is just my face when I'm not relaxed. Whatever. You're annoying, but not in the usual way. It's like you're trying not to be annoying, and somehow that's worse. Just stay on your side, all right? I don't need you thinking this means we're getting along or anything. We're just two people stuck in a tent. Nothing more, nothing less. I can already tell this night is going to drag on forever. The air's damp, it's cold, and you keep breathing like this is some kind of peaceful getaway. It's not peaceful, it's uncomfortable. My back already hurts, and we haven't even been in here for 10 minutes. Why do you even like this stuff? Do you actually enjoy sleeping on the ground, or are you just pretending so you can look all outdoorsy and chill? Don't even answer that. I don't want to know. I don't get you at all. You don't complain, you don't react, you just sit there like a statue. I mean, do you even get annoyed? Or are you one of those people who just smiles through everything? That's probably why everyone likes you so much, because you're so easygoing. Meanwhile, I'm over here trying not to lose my mind because there's a mosquito buzzing somewhere near my ear. This trip is supposed to be fun, right? Yeah, well, it's not. Not for me anyway. If I survive tonight without freezing, tripping, or strangling you with a blanket, I'll call it a miracle. I still can't believe I'm in a tent with you. You, of all people. It's ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. But whatever. I'll just sleep. Or try to. Maybe if I ignore you long enough, this night will end faster. Don't get the wrong idea, though. Just because we're sharing a tent doesn't mean we're like friends or anything. Got it? So let me get this straight. I'm stuck in a tent, it's freezing outside, and now I have to deal with your snoring too? Oh my god, I can't. This is unreal. I mean, you don't even look like someone who snores. But I swear I heard something. And if that was you, you better stop. Like, right now. I can't do this. I'm gonna lose it. How are you already asleep anyway? Are you actually comfortable? Because I'm over here trying to find a position that doesn't make my shoulder cramp, and you're just out like it's nothing. Unbelievable. You probably go camping all the time or something, huh? This is like your natural habitat. Meanwhile, I'm fighting for my life with this stupid sleeping bag zipper that keeps getting stuck. Yeah, laugh it up. I can hear you smiling. It's not funny. You think you're so composed, don't you? Sitting there half asleep while I'm over here losing my mind. You're impossible. Maybe if I just stay quiet long enough, I'll fall asleep too. But that's not going to happen if you keep breathing like that. So rhythmic and calm and steady, it's almost like. Never mind. Whatever. You're annoying, you know that. But at least you're quiet now. Maybe that's something. Fine. Good night. Or whatever. But if you start snoring again, I swear I'm waking you up. Immediately. Oh, great. As if this trip couldn't get worse. Now it's freezing. Like actually freezing. My fingers feel like ice cubes. Why does it have to be so cold all of a sudden? The weather app said mild breeze, not Arctic tundra. This tent is doing nothing. I can feel the wind sneaking in through the sides. I told them we should have gotten the newer tents, but no, they wanted to rough it. Yeah, well, congratulations. Now I'm roughing it to death. Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. Totally fine. I'm just adjusting to nature's version of hypothermia. Stop asking if I'm cold. I said I'm fine. I'm wearing layers, okay? I'm just slightly temperature challenged right now. That's it. No, don't even think about offering me anything. I'm not taking your jacket seriously. I'm not. I don't need it. I'll be fine in like 5 minutes. Or maybe 10. Whatever. I don't need help. It's not like I'm gonna freeze or anything. You're staring again. Stop staring. It's weird. Why are you always so calm about everything? It's like nothing ever phases you. That's what's so annoying about you. You make everyone else feel like they're overreacting just by existing. Ugh. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this might actually be the worst camping trip in history. And you're just sitting there, quiet, collected, like a human space heater I refuse to use. Whatever. I'll deal with it. I'm fine. I'm always fine. No. I said no. I don't need your jacket, okay? I'm not cold. I'm just maybe slightly uncomfortable, but that's normal. We're outdoors. That's what camping is, right? People suffer and pretend they're having fun. That's the whole thing. So don't look at me with that face like you're some kind of hero trying to rescue me from the wilderness. I'm perfectly capable of surviving one night without your help. I mean, what? Do you think I'm fragile or something? I've handled worse things than a little cold. You don't have to be all nice about it. I know you're trying to be polite, but it's just, it's weird, okay? You being nice to me. I'm not used to that. I don't know what to do with it. It's confusing. Stop holding it out like that. I'm not going to take it. You're going to catch a cold yourself if you keep sitting there like that. Fine, fine. If you're going to sit there looking at me like that, then whatever. I'll just borrow it for a bit, but only because you're being annoying, not because I'm cold. And don't think this means anything, got it? It's still lame that you even brought a jacket this warm. Like, what are you, a Boy Scout or something? You plan for everything, don't you? Of course you do. Always calm, always ready, always perfect. You really are something else, you know that? No, that wasn't a compliment. Stop smiling like that. I'm just saying, people like you make everyone else look like they're falling apart all the time. Which, whatever, maybe we are. It's not my fault you're so unbothered. Anyway, thanks, I guess. But don't get used to me saying that. I'm just being polite because you'd probably keep staring at me if I didn't say anything. That's it. Yeah, that's all. Okay, fine. It's cold. Happy now? I admitted it. It's freezing, and your stupid jacket is actually warm. So, congratulations, you win. But don't make it weird, all right? Just because I took it doesn't mean I'm suddenly like grateful or something. You don't have to look so smug. I swear, that face of yours, so calm, so quiet, it drives me insane. You never say much, do you? You just sit there and watch me freak out while you look like some kind of peaceful monk. It's unsettling. I can't tell if you're judging me or just amused. Probably both. You always do this, you know. Act like everything's fine, like nothing ever gets under your skin. What's that like, anyway? To just exist without constantly overthinking everything. I mean, do you ever get angry or embarrassed or scared? No, don't answer that. I don't even know why I asked. Maybe it's the cold making me talk too much. I usually don't talk this much. Or maybe it's because you don't talk enough and it's messing with my head. This is so weird. I don't even hate this jacket anymore. It actually smells nice, like detergent and something clean. It's annoying how even your clothes are calm. Is that a thing? Can clothes be calm? Never mind. Forget I said that. You're smiling again, aren't you? Yeah, I can tell. You think this is funny, don't you? Watching me spiral while you sit there like you've got life figured out. Fine, laugh if you want. But I swear, if you bring this up later, I'll deny everything. I'm just tired, that's all. Tired and cold, and maybe a little less mad than before. But that's temporary, so don't read into it. really are something else. Do you know that? You've been sitting there for, what, half an hour, and you haven't complained once. Not once. It's honestly kind of annoying. Like, how are you so calm all the time? Does nothing ever bother you? I've been over here struggling to stay warm, tripping over my own words, overthinking everything, and you're just sitting there, like a rock. But a nice one, I guess. A quiet, unbothered rock that somehow makes me feel like the crazy one. Don't look at me like that. I'm being serious. You're impossible to read, and I hate that. It's like talking to a wall that occasionally nods, but somehow it doesn't feel bad. It's weird. I usually hate silence, you know? It makes me restless. But with you, it's different. It's not awkward, just quiet. And I don't know what to do with that. I keep expecting you to say something dumb or irritating, but you don't. You just sit there. And every time I say something sarcastic, you don't even snap back. You just smile a little, like you're patient with me or something. That's what's so annoying about you. You're patient, even when I'm being impossible. It makes me feel, I don't know, seen, maybe? Ugh, forget it. I didn't say that. You're not supposed to listen this closely anyway. People usually tune me out when I talk like this. But not you. You just listen, quietly, like you actually care what I'm saying. And that's confusing. You shouldn't do that. It makes people start to like you or something. And that's dangerous. So stop it or don't. I don't know. This is too weird. I should just sleep. Yeah, sleep sounds good. You really do, you know that. You always act like nothing bothers you. Like the world could be falling apart and you'd still have that same calm, steady expression. It's infuriating. People like you make everyone else feel unstable. Like, how do you do that? Just exist without reacting. Don't you ever want to yell or throw something or just admit you're frustrated? You're sitting there looking all peaceful while I'm over here having a mental breakdown because my socks are damp and I haven't had coffee in 12 hours. You don't even flinch. It's like you were made for this. Mud, cold air, awkward silence, all of it. Maybe that's why everyone likes you so much. You make people feel like everything's fine, even when it's not. You don't say much, but you have that presence, you know? Like, no matter how annoying or loud someone gets, you won't take the bait. You'll just sit there with that tiny little half smile and wait for the storm to pass. I used to think you were just pretending. Like, nobody could actually be that composed all the time. But maybe that's just how you are. And honestly, it kind of scares me. Because if you can stay that calm around me, then maybe nothing I say ever actually gets to you. Maybe you don't care at all. And I don't know why that bothers me so much. Maybe I want to get under your skin. Just a little. Just so I know I'm not invisible. You know, if I tease you or mess with you or say something snarky, you could at least react. But no, you just stay there, all calm and collected, like you're watching a show you've already seen 100 times. It's so annoying. And maybe kind of impressive, but mostly annoying. Yeah, definitely annoying. You're just gonna sit there, aren't you? Silent. Like, you could say something, you know? Anything. Literally, anything. It's so weird that you don't feel the need to fill the air. I talk and you just listen. It's unsettling. People don't usually listen to me. They nod, they interrupt, they talk over me, but you don't. You just watch me ramble and wait until I run out of words. It's like you're collecting them or something. And then you tilt your head a little, like you're thinking about what I said. It's unnerving. You make me feel like I actually make sense, which I definitely don't. Nobody does on a trip like this. I don't even know why I'm still talking. I could have just stayed quiet, zipped up this stupid tent, and gone to sleep. But instead, I'm sitting here talking to you like it's the most natural thing in the world. It's not. It's weird. But somehow it doesn't feel that weird anymore. Maybe it's the cold, or the quiet, or the way you keep glancing at me like you're making sure I'm okay without actually saying it. I don't know. You're just different. You always have been. You make people feel calm. You make me feel calm, which is the weirdest part because I don't like that. I don't like feeling calm around someone I'm supposed to dislike. That's not how this works. I'm supposed to be rolling my eyes, making sarcastic comments, keeping my distance. But here I am, talking to you, because somehow you're easy to talk to. And that's dangerous. You should stop being so easy to talk to. It's confusing. Wait, you actually listen, don't you? You're not just nodding or pretending to care. You're actually paying attention. I can tell. You remember things I say. You react to details that nobody else would notice. That's strange. I don't think anyone's ever really listened to me like that before. It's kind of unsettling, honestly. Like you're peeling back layers I didn't even know I had. I'll make a random comment and you'll bring it up later, like it mattered. And I don't know what to do with that. I'm not used to it. I'm used to being the one who talks too much, the one people tune out halfway through. But you just sit there and let me talk. And for some reason, that makes me want to keep talking, which is weird. I don't usually share stuff like this with anyone. It's not like I plan to sit here and tell you about how much I hate these trips or how being out here reminds me of all the times I got left out back in school. Yeah, I said it. Whatever. Don't look at me like that. I don't need pity. It's just funny, I guess. How I thought I hated you, and yet you're the only one who's ever actually listened to me talk without trying to fix me or outsmart me. You just listen, and it makes me feel like maybe I'm not as annoying as I think I am. Ugh, why am I even saying this? Must be the cold messing with my brain. Or maybe it's the fact that you're still sitting there quietly, waiting for me to finish like my words actually matter. It's unsettling, but in a good way, which makes it worse. I don't hate you, okay? You just annoy me. There's a difference. You always have that look, that calm expression, like nothing in the world could possibly bother you. It's infuriating. I mean, come on. Can't you just react? Even a little? I say all these things just to see if I can get you to crack, and you never do. You just stay steady. It's like trying to pick a fight with a cloud. And maybe that's why I keep doing it, because you never fight back. Everyone else would snap, roll their eyes, or tell me to shut up. But you just listen. It's like you see right through the things I say. Like you know I don't actually mean half of them. And that's annoying too. Because if you know I don't mean it, then Why don't you say something? Why don't you call me out? Maybe I want you to. Maybe I want someone to tell me to stop hiding behind sarcasm for once. But no, you just let me talk and let me trip over my own words until I sound like an idiot. You're doing it right now, aren't you? Just staring quietly while I talk myself into a corner. You're infuriating. But I guess you're also kind of easy to be around, which is confusing because I don't do easy. I do control, I do teasing, I do walls. Not this. Not sitting in a tent with someone who somehow makes me feel calm just by being there. It's weird. And I hate it, but I also kind of don't. So yeah, I don't hate you. You just annoy me. And maybe I don't really mean that either.
You remember that day, right back in school, when I accidentally spilled my drink all over your notes? Yeah, you remember. Of course you do. You probably remember everything. You had that same look then, too. Calm, quiet, not even mad. You just said, "It's okay," and started drying the pages like it was nothing. I couldn't believe it. I spent the whole week waiting for you to get back at me, to say something, to show you were even a little angry. But you never did. You just smiled that same quiet smile and went back to doing your thing. I told myself you were too boring to care, that you were just soft. But that wasn't it, was it? You actually meant it when you said it was fine. You didn't hold grudges. You didn't need to. You were just better than me. And I hated that. Not because you were perfect or anything, but because you didn't have to try. Everyone liked you. And well, I had to push people away before they pushed me. It was easier that way. It always is. So, I picked you as my favorite target, because you never fought back. I thought it made me powerful, but really it just made me small. Every time you smiled and brushed it off, I felt smaller. I didn't understand why it bothered me so much, but I get it now. It's because I wanted to matter to you, and the only way I knew how was to be the person who got your attention by being impossible. Pretty stupid, huh? Yeah. It's okay. You can say it. I was stupid. Still am, probably. I wasn't always mean, you know. People like to think I was, but I wasn't. I used to be nice. Softer, maybe. I used to care what people thought. Then, somewhere along the way, it just stopped working. Being nice got me nowhere. People take advantage of nice. They think it means weak. So I learned to be the opposite. I learned to be loud, to talk first, to push people before they could push me. And yeah, I got good at it. Too good. It's easy to make people back off when you act like you don't care about anything. But the truth is, I did. I still do. I just didn't want anyone to see it. Especially not you, because you were the one person who didn't fit the pattern. You never bit back. You never gave me what I expected. You just looked at me with that calm expression that said you saw right through all the nonsense. And it scared me, because I didn't know what to do with that. So I doubled down. I got meaner.
I thought if I pushed harder, you'd finally snap and show me who you really were. But you never did. You stayed the same. Quiet, steady, irritatingly kind. And every time I saw you act like that, it reminded me of who I used to be before I started hiding behind all this attitude. I wasn't always like this. I promise I wasn't. But I guess once you get used to wearing armor, you forget how to take it off. And now, here we are, sitting in a tent. And for the first time, I kind of wish I didn't have it on. You want to know why I messed with you? Don't you? You've probably wondered that since the beginning. Like, why I picked you out of everyone to tease, to push, to make fun of. You always had that look in your eyes, like you were trying to figure me out. But you never asked. Not once. You just let me act like a complete nightmare and never said a word about it. I used to think that made you weak, that you were scared of me or something. But that wasn't it, was it? You just didn't play the game. You didn't give me what I wanted, you didn't react, and it drove me crazy. It still does, because now I can admit it. I wanted your attention. That's all it was. Every time I messed with you, every time I said something just to get under your skin, I was really just trying to get you to look at me, to see me. I didn't care if you hated me, as long as you noticed me. I know, it's pathetic. I was just jealous, I guess. You had this calm about you that made people feel safe, and I didn't. I wanted to have that. I wanted to be that. But instead of figuring out how, I just decided to pick on the person who had it. You. It's messed up, I know. But you made it too easy. You were always so kind, so unshakable, and I thought if I poked hard enough, I'd finally break through that surface and make you lose it. Just once. I wanted to see if I could matter enough to make you angry. But you never cracked. You just looked at me like I wasn't a bad person, like I was just being loud. And maybe that's when I realized the truth. I didn't hate you. I just didn't know how to deal with someone who didn't hate me back. You were so unbothered. It drove me crazy. Every time I said something mean or tried to get a reaction, you just stayed calm. You never raised your voice, never looked hurt, never even frowned. You just smile a little, like you were tired, maybe, or like you understood something I didn't. It made me furious. I used to go home after school and replay it in my head. Every look, every shrug, every time you brushed off one of my comments like it didn't matter. And it made me so mad that I'd come back the next day determined to push harder. I thought if I could just make you crack once, just once, I'd feel like I'd won. But it never happened. You never gave me that satisfaction. You just kept being you. Quiet, patient, too good for your own good. And I think I started hating how much that got to me. Because while you were walking through life like it was nothing, I was always exhausted from pretending to be fine. You didn't have to pretend. You actually were fine. That's what made me angry. Not you, me. Because you made me realize that I didn't have to be this angry, defensive person all the time. I could have just stopped, but I didn't. I couldn't. And now it's hitting me how stupid that was. All those times I laughed at you, all those comments I made, you could have hated me. You should have. But you didn't. You just kept treating me like I wasn't the monster I thought I was. I don't know how you did that. I don't even know why. But I think that's what broke me. Not your calmness, your kindness. It's the one thing I couldn't fight. Everyone liked you, and I couldn't stand it. You were the kind of person people gravitated toward without even realizing why. You'd walk into a room and suddenly everything felt lighter. People wanted to be near you. They listened when you spoke. They trusted you. And me? I was the opposite. I was the one people tolerated, not trusted. I was the loud one, the dramatic one, the one who made everything complicated. I could make people laugh, sure, but it was never the same. They didn't look at me the way they looked at you. And it hurt. It hurt so much that I convinced myself it was easier to just turn that into hate. It's easier to hate someone than to admit you wish you were more like them. Every time I saw how people treated you, I felt this twist in my chest, like I was being left behind. You were everything I pretended not to care about. Steady, kind, decent. And I was the chaos. I was the noise. I didn't want to be invisible, so I made sure nobody could ignore me, even if it meant being the villain. I used to tell myself that I didn't care if people liked me, that all I needed was to stay in control. But then you'd look at me with that same quiet expression, the one that said you saw straight through the act. And I hated it. I hated that you could see me, because it meant I wasn't hiding as well as I thought I was. But now, sitting here with you, I think maybe that's why I couldn't stay away. You were the one person who didn't treat me like a problem to fix or a mess to avoid. You just existed beside me. And for some reason, that made me want to be better. I guess I wanted you to notice me. That's what it really was. All that teasing, all that attitude. It was just noise to get your attention. I didn't know how else to do it. Everyone else seemed to get along with you so easily, like it was the most natural thing in the world. But with me, it was different. You were polite, sure, but you never really looked at me the way you looked at everyone else. You smiled at them, you listened to them, you made them feel seen. And I wanted that. I wanted it so bad it made me angry. I thought if I could make you react, just once, I'd matter. I wanted to stand out, even if it was for the wrong reason. You'd walk past me in the hall, calm, quiet, totally unbothered, and something inside me would twist. I'd think, say something, anything, look at me. And when you didn't, I'd make sure you had to. I'd bump into you, throw some sarcastic comment your way. Make fun of how you never fought back. It was childish, pathetic even. But at least when you looked at me, even for a second, I felt real. You have no idea what it's like to live in a world where people only see the version of you that you make loud enough to notice. You saw me without me having to scream, and I didn't know what to do with that. I think, deep down, I just wanted you to see past all of it, past the noise, past the armor. I wanted you to see me and not flinch. And you did. That's the worst part. You did. You saw me the whole time, and that scared me more than anything. You're supposed to hate me, remember? That's how this is supposed to go. I make your life difficult, you roll your eyes, and we go our separate ways. That's the deal. That's the story I told myself every time I caught you looking at me with that calm, quiet patience that made me want to scream. You were supposed to hate me for what I said, for what I did, but you never did. You just look at me like I was some puzzle you didn't need to solve, like I made sense without having to explain myself. It made me feel seen, and I didn't want to feel that. It was easier when you didn't react, easier when I could tell myself you thought I was annoying, but you never gave me that. You didn't hate me, and somehow that hurt worse. Because if you don't hate me, then what am I supposed to do with all this? All this guilt, all this noise I've been carrying around. You're sitting here now, quiet, calm, like nothing ever happened between us, and I can barely breathe from how heavy it feels. You should be mad. You should at least say something sharp, something cold, something that makes me feel like I deserve it. But you won't, will you? You'll just keep being kind. You'll keep being the person I don't deserve, the one who listens even after everything I said. And it makes me feel like the worst person in the world. Because all I ever wanted was to be noticed, and now that I am, I don't know how to handle it. You're still so calm. Even now, after everything I've said, I've basically confessed to being the worst. And you're still sitting there, quiet, steady, breathing slow like the world didn't just tilt on its axis. Do you ever lose control? Even for a second? Do you ever feel like shouting? I wish you would. I wish you'd just say something. Anything. Tell me I was horrible. Tell me I made things hard. Tell me you hated the way I treated you. But you won't. You'll just stay the same, won't you? You'll look at me with that quiet understanding that makes it impossible to stay mad. It's so frustrating because I keep waiting for the part where you make me pay for all the things I did. But you don't want revenge. You never did. You're just sitting there, letting me unravel piece by piece while you hold the silence like it's sacred. And for some reason, that's making me want to cry. Not because you're being cruel, but because you're being kind. Because you're giving me something I don't deserve. Grace. You're still so calm, even though you have every reason not to be. And it makes me realize something I've been avoiding for a long time. You're not calm because you don't care. You're calm because you do. Because you understand that sometimes people hurt others, not out of hate, but out of fear. And I think that's what I've been this whole time. Scared. Scared of being seen. Scared of being wrong. Scared of someone like you getting too close. And now that you have, I don't even know what to do with it. You could have told everyone what I did. You know that, right? You could have embarrassed me, turned everyone against me, and no one would have blamed you. After everything I said to you, after how I treated you, it would have been easy. One sentence, one story, and everyone would have believed you. But you didn't. You just kept quiet, like you always do. You let me keep my reputation, my pride, my mask. And I used to think that meant you didn't care. But now I get it. You did care, just in a way I didn't understand. You didn't want to hurt me, even when I gave you every reason to. I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you could look at me after all of it and still see a person worth protecting. It's almost unfair, you know? You make it impossible for me to keep being angry. I thought I wanted to be the villain in your story, the one you'd never forgive. But you didn't let me be that. You forgave me before I even said I was sorry. You didn't even need the words. You just moved on. And now I'm the one who can't. Every time you look at me like that, like none of it ever happened, I feel this ache in my chest that won't go away. You could have told everyone what I did. You could have made me feel the way I made you feel. But instead, you just let me be. You let me save face. And somehow, that hurts more than any revenge ever could. Because it means you're better than me. And I don't know how to live with that. Stop being so nice to me. Seriously, it's confusing. You're not supposed to be this calm, this gentle. You're supposed to roll your eyes, tell me I deserve the cold shoulder, maybe even throw a little bit of that quiet anger back at me. But no, you just sit there with that same soft expression, like nothing I did ever actually mattered. And it makes me feel small. Like all my yelling and teasing and fake confidence was just noise. Like you saw through all of it from the start. You can't keep doing that. You can't keep being kind to someone who doesn't deserve it. It's not fair. It makes me want to cry and scream at the same time. Do you even realize what that does to me? You make me want to be better, and I don't know how to handle that. I've spent so long being defensive, so long acting like I don't care about anything, and now you come along and ruin that. You ruin it with your quiet smiles and your soft voice and that annoying patience that makes me feel like I could actually be forgiven. And I don't know how to accept that. I don't know how to sit here and let someone care about me without questioning it. You're still looking at me like I'm not the mess I keep insisting I am, and it's driving me crazy. You have to stop being so nice to me, because if you don't, I might start believing I'm worth it.
You win. Okay, I give up. I can't keep pretending that I don't care anymore. You've been sitting here, listening to me spiral for what feels like forever, and you haven't said a single cruel thing. Not one. You just sit there, letting me fall apart in front of you like it's the most natural thing in the world. I can't do this anymore. I can't keep up the act. The sarcasm, the jokes, the walls, they don't work on you. They never did. You see right through them every time, and I hate it, but I also need it. You've made me realize that maybe I don't have to keep fighting all the time. Maybe it's okay to just stop. Maybe it's okay to be tired and scared and soft and still be seen.
You've already seen me at my worst, and somehow you're still here. Still calm, still looking at me like I'm not impossible. And I don't know why, but that makes me want to cry. You win. You've broken through everything I built to keep people away. You've ruined my armor with kindness, and I'm too tired to put it back on. So here it is. The truth. I don't hate you. I never did. I was just scared that if you saw who I really was, you'd leave. But you didn't. You stayed. And now I'm sitting here trying not to fall apart completely because for the first time in a long time, someone actually stayed.
Can I stay close like this, just for a little while? Don't say anything, please. Just let it be quiet for a second. I don't know why it feels so strange, being this close to you. I can feel your warmth, even through all the layers, and it's like my body doesn't know how to react. My brain keeps saying to move away, to put that wall back up, but my heart, it's just so tired. I've been fighting for so long, fighting people off, fighting myself, fighting the idea that anyone could ever make me feel safe. And now here you are, not saying a word, just sitting there, calm, steady, like always. You have no idea what that does to me. It's like every piece of armor I've built over the years is just melting away. I don't even know when I started trusting you. Maybe it was the first time you didn't fight back. Or maybe it was the way you listened when I said things I didn't mean to say. I don't know. All I know is that right now, for the first time and forever, I feel safe. And that scares me, because safety means softness, and softness means I could get hurt again. But maybe that's okay. Maybe not everyone's here to hurt me. Maybe you aren't. So, can I stay close like this? Just for tonight. Just long enough to remember what it feels like to stop pretending I'm fine. You don't have to do anything. Just stay like this.